Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. Starting with this report claiming that Barcelona will inform Bayern Munich their intention to sign star midfielder Joshua Kimmich. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, in this episode, talking about Lionel Messi, as it has been reported that Barca could team up with Inter Miami to sign Lionel Messi. How possible is that? We are going to be discussing more on that report as well. So guys, as we get right into the story in more detail, please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Today's edition of Mundo Deportivo has offered a fresh update on Barcelona's pursuit of Joshua Kimmich. The cover story of the tabloid claims Barca will convey their intention to sign the Bayern Munich star as they consider his reinforcement a priority ahead of the new season. The Catalans are indeed in the market for a new defensive midfielder this summer after Sergio Busquets announced his desire to leave the club at the end of the season. Coach Xavi Hernandez is looking out for a top quality option with Kimmich among his favorites. Earlier reports had claimed that Bayern Munich have no intention to sell Joshua Kimmich as they consider him the face of the club's project in the years to come. However, Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo reports that the pressure to sell the midfielder is weighing on the Bayern Munich board as they look to sign a top-class number 9 this summer. The Bavarians have learned their lesson, it seems, as the departure of Robert Lewandowski had put a massive hole in their attacking department last season, allowing Borussia Dortmund to almost break their hegemony in German football. Therefore, Bayern are keen on signing a top-class number 9, and in order to finance the deal, they may have to consider a sale of Kimmich. Barcelona, though, are not close to signing the German international just yet. The player has not conveyed his desire to leave Allianz Arena, but more importantly, he could cost a fortune even if Bayern Munich end up offloading the star midfielder this summer. Given the financial state Barcelona are currently going through right now, funding a move or funding anything over 50 million euros could prove to be almost impossible for Barca. Hence, the club would be better advised to look for a more reasonable alternative as they look to replace Busquets this summer. Of course, Joshua Kimmich will never come cheap. Barca still continue to show interest despite earlier reports saying that Barcelona have ruled any possible move for Kimmich, but it seems as though the move is still on. The interest, is still on, but it's going to be very tricky. Bayern doesn't want to sell, and it is still not known if Joshua Kimmich is interested in a move away from Bayern. But Barcelona are convinced that the player would like to join Barcelona, and Barca are seeing if they can convince Bayern into a negotiation to ensure that Joshua Kimmich can come to Barca, with a reasonable price, which, to be honest, it looks somehow impossible. We know how Kimmich is being valued there in Germany by Bayern. He has stayed there for such a long time, one of the best midfielders in the world. And of course, Barcelona, if Barca really want to get their hands on him, anybody can expect Barca must pay a premium fee. And considering the financial state that our club is currently going through, how on earth are we going to pay that? That's the question. Can we convince Bayern to lower the asking price? That's the big question, which I very much doubt that. Barcelona have a lot of alternatives when we talk about a new DM, or let me say a new defensive midfielder to replace Sergio Busquets, and Kimmich, who have been linked now for about 3 weeks, is still being linked despite rumors of the player ruled out or not more linked to Barca. But Mundo Deportivo still puts his name in the newspapers, which means Barca are still eyeing it no matter what. Even if Bayern are trying to be stubborn in order to open to talks about a possible negotiation for Kimmich, Barca still keep their eyes open on the player, as they say Xavi really likes him. Xavi really wants to consider him as one of the potential replacements for Busquets, alongside Martin Zubimendi, Sofian Amrabat, um, of course, Ilkay Gundogan, and so on and so forth. A host of players that have been linked mostly for the DM role, as Barca are still to make that big decision for who to be the one to take over Busquets' throne. Of course, it is being said that yes, we all know Busquets is a legend, and it is almost impossible to replace Busquets, to replace the prime Busquets. Let me put it that way. But I think we know that football evolves. The modern football right now, the way DMs are, might not be the way DMs were like in the past. So I think Xavi should also put that into consideration. So let's see who comes at the end of the day. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona's economic viability plan was said to have enough room to accommodate the arrival of Lionel Messi. According to reports last night, La Liga are unsure about a 40 million euro transaction that has been registered by the club as cash inflow. A meeting later today will look to sort out the discrepancy that has prevented the league from handing Barcelona the green light. Joan Laporta does not have much time to waste. However, considering that Messi wants to finalize his future at the earliest, with every passing day, the Argentine doubts his former club's ability to sign him, and he wishes for an official approval from the league. According to reports from the Cape, Barcelona are planning to team up with Inter Miami to sign Messi while it is at its rudimentary stages. The operation will see the MLS-based club sign the World Cup winner on a free transfer and loan him to Barcelona for one season. A move to the MLS has always, been on Messi's mind as the perfect way to end his career. The aforementioned project would not only ensure the move to the USA, but also a fairy tale finish to Catalonia. The complication, it would appear, lies in Saudi Arabia. Al Hilal are willing to pay an exorbitant wage to the forward if he moves to the Middle East. The new option, needless to say, has sown the need of doubt in his mind over a stint in the MLS. The 31 League One appearances for in 31 league appearances for PSG this season, Messi has scored 16 goals and provided as many assists. Further, he averages a whopping 3 key passes per game and has created 28 big chances. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.